Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for London Club's Carnage. We're back. The end of the season. You know, oh, it's beautiful. Look at these sad faces, these happy faces. Just everything is just... We've kind of lined up the panel on purpose this way because I feel like you two can maybe, you know, give each other closure and therapy, and then obviously us two. I mean, I have nothing really to smile about, but, you know, seeing Fuad like this...
your team
Quavo shades the other day.
You had the most irrelevant game out of anyone yesterday. Like, literally, like
one was so happy to be irrelevant. You have no idea.
It weren't so when you were losing though. Then I was looking like, oh, and then you took over. I was like,
I at no point did I even really give our game any real attention. I'm not gonna lie. Like everything was so dramatic and so out of control yesterday. It feels like, honestly, it feels like one of the best final days we've had, because I know we've had like the Manchester United versus Man City, but that was like Leeds last minute winner, you know, West Ham, just everybody was playing for something and it was nuts. But listen, before we get into all that, big up the casting crew. Dan Potts, my brother, new channel, come on. Let them know from the beginning. We ain't even gonna get to the end. Beginning, link in description, people, and in the title. Get to it. Dan, let them know, man.
Cheers, Matisse, and thank you, boys. Yeah, man, I wanted to do this for a while. I do enough Arsenal content, so I thought, you know what, let's do some Premier League content. I get sick and tired of talking about Arsenal every weekend, trust me. So I thought I'd bring some other teams into it, man, and get things going. So it's called Football's 12th Man. Link in the description if you can come and sub. Much appreciate it. Trying to get to 1,000. I'm about 150 off of 1,000, which I'm overwhelmed with, to be honest. Absolutely amazing. I only put it up on Friday, so thanks so much for the love, people. Much appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to getting a lot of these familiar faces on the channel today, and some more people that, trust me, you will definitely 100% know about. So I'm looking forward to what next season brings, and the content will be starting in June. So if you can head over, that would be amazing, guys. Much appreciated, and thank you, Matisse.
100. Listen, get it done, people. Go and subscribe. Link is in the description, as was said. Lawless, my brother. What's going on, man? Bro, I was rooting for you. How many times am I going to root for you lot this season? You're going to let me down?
Stop rooting for us, man. It's you. You're the curse. You're rooting for us, and it's going against us. That's why Chelsea have had a cursed season, because it's because of you, man. But nah, you know, I'm looking forward. No, that's it. Season done now. No more stress. No more worry. I can relax now. And although I say that, it's the transfer rumors that are getting to me now. Are we going to sign this player, that player? You can never get a break from it, can you? So
no.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to the show, though.
Czech Republic's shareholder spending. Looking forward to it.
Come on, Kretinsky. If his money ain't tied up in flipping Putin, though, I think he might be money tied up in Fortune's always hiding.
Listen, it will be interesting to see if Karen off The Apprentice will get the deals done. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to see. Fuad, my brother, the happiest man on the panel that can possibly be. I seen you yesterday. I'm seeing you today. It's an absolute blessing. Look at the happy smile. Hasn't even brought the Quavo glasses. What's going on? You're relaxing a little bit after stoppage, yeah?
Bro. It's been an eventful week. Start of the week. Last week it was play at the Tottenham Stadium, win some silverware at the ground. Then it's all right. End of the week, we secure top 4. Champions League is coming back to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Brother, I can't complain, honestly. New manager who's obviously taken control, done what he's done. We'll obviously get into it, but bro, yeah, things are looking very, very good on this side of London. I'll say that.
100%.
Where's Toby? Where's Toby, man? Me and Lawless were waiting for this. Where's Toby?
Enjoyment.
What's happening?
Enjoyment, man. Listen, we secured top 4. We gave him the day off. We said, go night, go eat some igbo, go eat some food, go eat some pounded yam, some egusi soup, whatever it is.
Listen, do you know what? I'm glad Fuad is on, because I don't think I could have dealt with Tobes today. To be honest,
I can't be dealing with Tobes today, man. I know what he'd be saying. I cannot.
He's catching bouquets, dancing, twisting up himself. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we already know he's gonna bring the smoke next week. You two won't get away with it. It will just be a prolonged smoking. Do you know what I mean? That's what. Toby don't let things go. I saw him at 8 a.m. today on the TL tweeting about the whole situation in the top 4. I was like, this brother didn't even get no rest, no sleep. He just 8 a.m. alarm went off. not even rub the dust out of your eyes and straight onto Twitter to cut out
Isn't it?
the whole fan base. I was laughing. I was like, yo, Toby, don't rest, you know.
This
He
guy's
does not rest.
relentless.
He's relentless.
Do you know the worst thing about it though, Matisse, is he was actually going to come on and roast Lawless ahead of me. That's the most mental thing about it.
Isn't it?
I think him and Lawless got some sort of like back and forth going, whereas obviously Potts is probably one of the most realistic, like reserved Arsenal fans you'll find. So even Fuad today can't cook him too much. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I think you already know his opinions. Like he's been saying this Arteta thing has been a mystery from the beginning. It's been a bit of a Mazzolini. But listen, I think we got to start with obviously the North London beef. You know, the top four situation. It's obviously concluded. It was concluded kind of after that Newcastle game when we did the show last week. We all felt it was going to go in this direction. So it kind of just what happened was exactly what we expected to happen. But Fuad, talk to me about your levels of excitement now going into next season, knowing that you've got Champions League football, you're going to get linked to Bastoni and all these new players, potentially Perisic, like the Conte pool, which is, well, I'll go to Dan after with Arteta, but the Conte pool, the Champions League, the new stadium, this is what you were promised when you moved. I know I'm sounding like Arsenal a little bit with the Emirates, but you guys are back in the big time. And do you know what? You could actually stay there because if all Daniel Levy has to do is just show a little bit of faith and a little bit of wisdom and intelligence in the market. And suddenly now Tottenham are right in the pack.
And Matisse, you notice how Gabriel Jesus or whatever we're saying, he all before it was, Gabriel to Arsenal. Soon as Tottenham secure that, he's got his Spurs. Like now he's been linked to Spurs now. So it's that shift, man. Champions League pool.
I ain't seen that one, but yeah, I'm not really in that Jesus bracket. We don't need that. We got a front three secured, locked, and loaded. And
you would take him
for what? To come and scrub Kane's boots, or what? Come clean Son's Golden Boot trophy, or what?
You need backup though, Fuad. Fuad, back up though, bro.
Back up all across the front three.
I ain't paying 50 mil for no backup dancer. I'll tell you that for free. and here the funny thing is there's actually been reports today coming out saying how the board are going to fully back Conte, and I feel like it's high overdue. And in all honesty, this season has kind of been the best case scenario of what Spurs would have wanted following the start up until November, pretty much. No one saw this situation. So for us to even be in this situation, for me, gives further stripes to Conte. He's been proven right. When he came in that first month and he's like, this squad ain't nowhere near good enough. I need backing. They gave him Bentancur. They gave him Kulusevski. They said, all right, what can you work with this? He said, cool. January, you saw Chelsea were pumping us all over the place, getting dumped out
3 times.
Weren't looking good, bruv. And he was like, yo, something has to change here. If this club wants to change, they have to change their mentality. City came around and we said, all right, the buck stops here. And a bit of consistency come along with that. And listen, I give credit to Conte fully for what the positives have been this season. And if this board now don't back him following what he's done since then, you're talking getting the best out of Kane again, Son getting a golden boot, basically, Kulusevski being signing of the season, that midfield, which basically offered you no creativity, it's now functioning in Højbjerg and Bentancur. The wing backs, he seems like he's getting a little bit of something out of them. Sessegnon has had spells. Emerson's had spells. Davis is even getting the best out. Dyer's probably had his most consistent season at Spurs, I would say, at centre-back. So Lloris looks a little bit improved. All of that is down to what I feel like the structure that Conte's put in place. And if this board now don't give him the full funds to actually say, all right, what? Because being back in the Champions League is all well and good, but are we just going there to be participants like Saudi Arabia at the World Cup or North Korea at the World Cup? Nah, bro. I want the same way 2019 with zero money, we showed we can do something in them. And even in previous years when we was in it, we still got to quarterfinals, first knockout round, whatever it was. But I want us to actually be a formidable opponent, if that makes sense, in Europe, not just kind of an easy 3 points. And you got to do that by backing him. And Conte's shown why you should back him for me.
Do you? I remember speaking to you about this yesterday a little bit, and made a little joke about you, man, just coming out of the Champions League immediately, just focusing on the league because Conte's European record is a little bit sketchy. I haven't seen 100%. Him do too much. Has he ever reached a semi-final in the Champions League? I don't think he has.
I think Champions League and European record has always been awful. I think it's always been questionable. Chelsea, he never really had it because he came in the season after you lot finished 10th or whatever.
Yeah.
Juve, it was always kind of shaky, getting knocked out first rounds. They only started really getting to finals after he left. I think it was Allegri.
Allegri,
Yeah.
That's the final.
Yeah, and then at Inter as well, he never really did great. I think he got knocked out group stage, if I'm not mistaken, out in 1 year. So, yeah, his track record's not great. So I think he will want to improve that, A, first and foremost. But B, there is that other side of the flip coin where I said, if we do get dumped out group stage, and it is embarrassing, if there's one manager who I know can gear a team up to be serious in terms of the league, it's Conte. And he's shown that in over the last 12 years, every single season. I can get a team to mount a title challenge, whether they think they're capable of or not.
And do you know what it is? I feel like,
and I'm not that. Don't. By the way, I don't want people clipping me up saying, "Yo, we're coming next season." Listen. The right pieces have to be put in place for me before any of that talk even happens. So,
is it just a case of like whatever Conte says goes? Like, forget if he wants 37-year-old Ashley Young, collar off, go get it. Don't want to hear no noise.
Hand him the keys. I don't care. You've seen what he can do that at Inter, at Juve, even at Chelsea. People were looking at some of the recruitment during that period. You lot probably had your worst recruitment period, I would say.
Oh, the second season.
Winning FA Cup. Yeah. So for me, it's like, I don't know. He's just got a way, I feel like, throughout his career, getting the best out of mediocre players. And if that's what I feel is going to push, so far the players were linked with Kostic, Perisic. I'm liking that. That's exactly right, the caliber. Even the backup goalkeepers, Sam Johnston, Fraser Forster. I like that. That's a good caliber. So the names we're being linked with so far, even at centre-back, Bremer, is it, who's just won Serie A Defender of the Year. Bastoni, Skriniar. These are names that I'm like, yo, these are actual improvements. And so far, when I look at Bentancur and Kulusevski, there's a reason why we brought a director of football in, Paratici, and there's a reason why he has that close relationship with Conte, like he did at Juve. So I'm hoping that plays a part into kind of actual good, solid recruitment this summer again.
Listen, Potts, I'm getting worried, bro. I can't lie. Because I remember saying to Chelsea fans, I don't know if I made the video I was meant to make on this situation, but I said, listen, next year, I think we're looking behind us more than we're looking ahead of us. Because obviously, Tuchel's come out and said he's not really looking to improve the squad. We're more rebuilding. And when you lose Rudiger, Aspie, Christensen, all these guys at once, and then you see the potential decline of Kante, you see, the forward line, which needs a complete revamp. It's very difficult for Chelsea to go another gear up. If anything, it would be a reshuffling of the current pack and trying to transition, if anything, a little bit of a rebuild. I'm a little bit worried that Tottenham are right up our a-hole if we don't get our act together in the summer. Because if Conte does get what he wants, he's a top manager. He goes right up there with the rest of them in this league in terms of the top tier caliber managers. We've just seen, I was going to ask you about the pool that you think you guys will have or will not have over the summer. Because I know Arsenal fans, when I speak to them, they'll talk about Aubameyang came without Champions League football. Maybe Ozil, I'm not sure. But when it comes down to now...
Wenger pool.
Wenger ball, yeah. Well, that was Wenger ball.
Wenger had his own pool, didn't he? Wenger's a manager.
Who came without Champions League? Aubameyang, but was that wasn't under Wenger, was it?
Aubameyang, Lacazette. That was under Wenger, but the year that he didn't get us in Champions League, they came. Ødegaard, Gabriel, Thomas Partey, Kieran Tierney, the list comes on. Yeah, they've all come to us without Champions League football. I think that we have a pull because of the name of the club. That is it. The history and the reputation, unfortunately, is all we've got now, because I don't think, people are buying into this project. And if I'm a footballer, I'm going to play for Conte instead of Mikel Arteta. I don't care who the club is. I'm going to play for Antonio Conte, because when he came in, I said to Tobes, I said to Lawless, I said, I think they're probably going to get top 4 now, because of that. That was it. I didn't like the team. I didn't think Kane and Son were firing. They certainly weren't under Nuno. He's come in, got them both firing, brought Romero into the mix, who looks a good player. Kulusevski and Bentancur coming in. The only team that did anything in January have got top 4. Can you believe it? Isn't it funny? So I look in here and I think that when we have been told all this guy needs is transfer windows, Conte's had 1 and he's got him into the Champions League. Our manager had 5. 5 transfer windows and we haven't got into the top 4 once. And people are saying this is huge progress. I had fans celebrating yesterday because we come 5th. What a season. What a season. Yeah, man, not me. I was not one of those people, because it's embarrassing as far as I'm concerned. I didn't hear anybody singing the Super Mix song yesterday. That's a bit strange.
I sang it.
I got crucified.
That's like in the studio. Me and Fuad was belting it out of our all full.
Well, do you know what was funny actually, Matisse? Right, I went to the Black Sock afterwards. People were singing "Super Mick Arteta." He knows exactly what we need. Arsenal on their way to win the Europa League. I thought I'm done with some of these fans, man.
Will you win the Europa League?
It is absolute embarrassment, mate. It's
Fuad's
embarrassment.
feasting on this Arsenal pack.
Yeah, he's loving it. And do you know what I would be as well if I was Fuad? But to be fair to Fuad, me and him, have spoken, and he knows where I stand on it. So I'm not one of these who flip flops. I've been saying it for 2 years. I've taken enough shit for it. Trust me, I get a lot of messages slagging me off, saying I'm negative and I'm toxic to the fans and all this crap. I'm sorry, mate. I say it the way it is. The way I see it is we're not well run, top to bottom. And also, when you get to a stage of management, when you're learning on the job, mate, you're going to make mistakes. And the biggest mistake for me, one of anyway, is that you go through a January transfer window and by the end of it, you're happy with Eddie up front to get you top 4. Then you look at the midfield and you think, we're already short. I know players are going to Africa. I'm going to do nothing about it. Then we now give an El Neni a new 1-year contract because we're that desperate in midfield. Eddie will follow. He'll get a new contract because Arteta seems to love the kid and he's been scoring goals. And now all of a sudden he's probably going to be given a number 14 shirt and a new contract now in our club.
It's
When I look at
on the website, by the way.
I don't know how true that is because I see it and I don't know if that was a false thing or what. I did see it though. I did see 14 and I thought, is that for real or what? But very bizarre, man. Very bizarre.
Would you actually be disappointed if they give him a new contract? Because obviously you need 2 strikers. If they were saying that, okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna get you a big name striker and then we're gonna keep Eddie as backup. How would you feel about that? Or do you want Eddie gone and then 2 new strikers?
Not good enough, mate. I didn't want El Neni already still here. El Neni and Xhaka have been in our midfield for 6 years. When did we last get the Champions League? Before them. Eddie's up top and he's scored 5 goals, I think. Gabriel scored 5. Do you know what I mean? Lacazette scored 4. Aubameyang scored 4. Our centre-back scoring more than our strikers.
Lacazette scored 4 all season.
4 for Lacazette, 4 for Aubameyang, who left in January, and Lacazette still couldn't beat his record. Eddie scored
is the
5.
New special number for strikers because we've got Timo Werner who's got 4 Premier League goals as well this season.
Bruv, it's embarrassing. And do you know what? The first 3 games of the season, where we didn't prepare ourselves. We had Brentford, Man City, and Chelsea. Didn't prepare ourselves at all.
Those games don't count.
Obviously not. If the table would have started after those 3 games, we'd have got top 4. But then we end the last 3 games with the same players that played the first 3 games, and we've had a transfer window in between that where we neglected it. So when he starts saying that we need to maximise every window, it's bullshit because he hasn't. He's neglected one of them. I've said it a few times. This guy needs more windows than Microsoft. Bruv, it's unbelievable. It is absolute shambles what we're seeing, top to bottom. Man, it is madness. Like, how can you go through a season where you don't strengthen in the window, you leave the transfer business at the start too late, so you write off 3 games, and the fan base just accept it because they're gullible lemmings. They just go, oh well, we can't count them 3 now. Then we get to the end where we throw it away against Palace, Brighton and Southampton, and I said top 4's done. I come out and said it. I said stop singing that stupid song because he ain't going to get top 4. Everyone ripped me for it. I said this is totally obliterated our season. And then people go, oh, we only needed 1 more win and we would have got top 4. Well, how many opportunities did we have? We had Brentford away, we had Everton away, we had Burnley at home, we had Brighton home and away, Palace home and away, Southampton away. And that isn't even bringing up the Man Cities, Liverpools and Chelseas that we lost to and the battering the other night at Spurs. Forget that. I'm talking about the Newcastle, Everton, Burnleys, all that. Come on, man. This is 13 losses and people are still giving this guy more time, saying what a season we've had. We had 3 opportunities to win something, yeah? We wasn't going to win one of them because it's the league and it ain't going to happen. The other 2 opportunities, what a gutless performance that was against Forest in the first round. Out you go. It's all right because we're going to get top 4. Then we go into the League Cup semi-finals and we play a team that was battered. Half of their team was in Africa, Liverpool. Get battered by them, get dumped out. And that's okay because we didn't want trophies. It's all about top 4. Yet when this guy saved us his job by winning us an FA Cup, but now it doesn't matter about FA Cups anymore. It's all about top 4. And he's failed that as well. And people will say it's a good season. Why did we come out of Europe to get back into the Europe? What's the fucking point of it? We might as well have just stayed in Europe, man. I honestly do not understand where the fan base are at. Oh, this team is young. Who decided to go young? It isn't an excuse, is it? It isn't like all our experienced players are injured, so we have to play the kids. We've decided to go down this route. It ain't working. I said don't trust this process because these kids aren't ready. You can't play kids, and on top of that, have an inexperienced manager. For 2 years I've been saying this, and now I've been proven right. Oh, Dan Potts was right. No, stay over there. You back this guy. You back this process. Don't come into my DMs, start apologising. I've been saying this for 2 damn years, and you've been laughing, saying, oh, look, we're going to get top 4. These kids are the best team on the planet. I can't believe these kids. They're unbelievable. It's so much better than Emery's side. Yeah, it is. Where did we finish? 5th. Where did Emery finish? With a shit side. 5th. Where did Wenger finish with a crap side? 5th. We sacked both of them. We're giving this guy 3 years. Off you go. It's like we're treating like we've got Conte. Have as many windows as you want. Take a 3-year contract. You're the guy going to save us. I'm done with this fan base, man. It's embarrassing.
It's almost like you locked yourself in like the Ollie deal with United, where you're rewarding. After he failed winning the Europa League, I felt like that should have been the moment to say, all right, we're going to sack you, get you out the door. Instead, they give him a new deal. It goes tits up. They're having to hire Ralph Rangnick. And it's like, you can see an ugly situation coming before it's coming. Because let's not even forget, Newcastle are creeping in the background. Next season, that top 4 race is going to be even more tense. And it's like, with us now, with our spending power and with the Champions League advantage, I don't know if Leicester are going to maybe creep back in. I don't know. But West Ham could be there if they strengthen correctly again. It could get real sticky for Arsenal now. I felt like this year was really crucial for them to get in, especially when the season has gone like, all the signings have performed and lived up to expectation. Arteta's finally building a little bit of an ethos. The Hairline boys are kind of coming through, and we're building a kind of skeleton of a young squad that can be the core of the squad. But then when it gets to the bottleneck end of the season, when it gets to pressure moments, they have to see it through. That's my thing as well, is as much as Arteta has to hold some blame, we have to look at the players as well. I'm sorry, but Saka, people are calling him one of the best young talents. What was it? Five goals and assists in, I think, like the last 22 games. Martinelli, 2 goals in the last 22 games. Emil Smith-Rowe, can he even start a game this season?
He hasn't been starting recently, has he?
This is what I'm saying. Martinelli, God forbid, like you criticize that because the amount of headless chicken running he does, you'd think he's R9, the second coming, but 1 goal, I think 2 goals in 22 games as well. Like, they're celebrating giving him the number 11 shirt though, like it's it's a new signing. I'm like, bro, why are people celebrating this? Like, you should be going, nah. This is not the hat we should be hanging our hat on. But it's that's where I kind of agree with Dan. Like, the fan base, I think sometimes are deluding themselves into thinking they're on this ascendancy, and I'm like, bro, it's you peaked, and then now it's.
But you know what, Fuad? You know what? Like, I totally agree with what you're saying. Where I think what needs to be added on to what you're saying is, it's fine celebrating Martinelli and Saka and Smith-Rowe. That's not where it goes wrong for me. But they should not be the answer. They should be a contributing 3 players who are young that are coming through. Because when we had Fabregas and Van Persie, they weren't playing every single game of the week. They were learning off Henry and Bergkamp and Vieira. But then we had Jack Wilshere and Ramsey coming through, learning off of the Fabregases and the Van Persies, who are now experienced heads. We haven't got that. We don't have that because who is Saka learning off? Granit Stinking Xhaka, who shouldn't be in the side. Lacazette, who's a bozo up top. These players aren't good enough. Pepe, exactly. They're the experienced heads. So when the experienced heads are like, do you know what I think I want out of this club? Youngsters, we're relying on them. So I think, as much as it's not harsh what you're saying in terms of the contributions, Saka's done all right this season, and so's Smith-Rowe in terms of contributions. But in the last few games, it's dried up. Martinelli, bit part player for most of the season. Now he's a starter, and like you say, hasn't been contributing. So I look at that and think, why is that? Well, actually, it's because they're young and they're still learning. So I don't expect them to get 30 goals a season. What I needed was some experienced heads, and we only brought 1 in, Thomas Partey. That's it. Everyone else is a youngster. So if you look at Thomas Partey, everybody else in that side is under 24 years old. It's madness. So I don't know what they expect, man, but listen, it could be worse. We could go 5,202 days without a trophy, I suppose, like Spurs. So we'll see what happens.
There's the jump back I was looking for.
Listen, they talk about Marlon, but who bottled it?
Listen, I want to get outside opinion from Lawless, because obviously Arsenal fans feel like they're still on the upward trajectory. I think that's a little bit overstated considering the massive underachievement last season of finishing 8th. They'll feel like they can kick on and go again next year and finish in the top 4. The ones that believe in this project process, I feel like they've missed an opportunity and will now. It's funny, right? No Arsenal fan will agree with this, and they shouldn't. I will actually expect Arsenal to finish in 5th or 6th next year because they've got Europe and they've got those more games. I know they're going to sign more players and they're going to have more depth, but even from a managerial standpoint, to manage 2 games a week, that's a test for Arteta himself. And to make top 4 at the same time, that's not something that he's done. So people could talk about, oh, well, Matisse, we've got a small squad, but we're not going to have that squad when we go into Europe because we're obviously going to get more names. We shrank our squad down in January because we wasn't in Europe. Fair enough. But Arteta himself as a manager, to go up against, because everybody's in Europe, right? Ten Hag's in Europe. Conte's in Europe. Everybody above is in Europe. So everybody's in Europe. It's who manages the situation the best. Is someone going to come tell me now that Arteta's going to manage Europe and the top 4 race better than Ten Hag, better than Conte, better than Tuchel, who, in my opinion, Chelsea are not out of the woods in this conversation? I don't think he is. But I mean, Lawless, what do you think of this trajectory? Where is it going? Is it going like Bitcoin? Is it going the other way?
Yeah, no, like honestly, I think it's going down. They seem to think that they're the only ones that are going to strengthen. Like, it's just Arsenal are going to get better. Everyone else is going to stay the same. So they'll be fine. They can manage Europe and manage the league and they're going to get top 4. No, that's not the case. Like, obviously, Fuad pointed it out, all the teams that are going to strengthen, plus Newcastle and West Ham and all of that. And
Aston Villa just signed Kamara.
Yeah, like Aston Villa, they're going to throw a ton of money. Look, jury's out on Gerrard, whether he's the man, but they're going to damn sure give it a good go in the transfer window, and you never know. And like, yeah, they're going to have more players, but it doesn't mean that every signing is going to hit it at the park. I think like the signings of Tavares and Lokonga for Arteta have gone under the radar. They're shocking signings. Yeah, maybe they'll come good in like 3-4 years. But when you've got a small squad, these players need to hit the ground running. Now, you know Tierney's injury prone. We know Partey's injury prone. And you bring in these youngsters who are not proven, who this season, I mean, Tavares, every time I've seen him, he has looked shocking, absolutely shocking. And everyone's acting as if every single signing that Arteta has made has hit it out of the park. That's not the case. And Dan pointed out, he signed all of these young players. I know you like Tomiyasu, Dan, but like you said, he's still young. Ben White young, Gabriel young. So when he goes into this window, where's the faith that him and Edu are suddenly going to sign all these perfect players that are going to make Arsenal a force? And then it's again, like you said, competing with all the teams around that have Europe are going to be competing for them same players. Like I said earlier, Jesus, he all of a sudden, it was Arsenal. Now, all these links are coming in at Tottenham. I know Fuad said, look, I ain't really feeling it, but that just shows you now the Champions League pool. That if Arsenal and Spurs are going in for a player, not only have Spurs got Champions League, they've got the manager pool at the same time. So right now, history, whatever you like, is not a factor. Spurs have a bigger pool and need to improve the side. Chelsea obviously have a bigger pool. Man United. So if you're trying to compete on players with them, you're struggling, man. You're gonna have to pay a lot of money. You have to pay a lot of money to sign players or find some gems. So, and them gems better be. That's the problem, isn't it? He's doing the gem thing. He needs experience. He needs proper elite experienced players, and that's hard to get over the line, man. So. Yeah, I'll be worried for them. I think a lot of their fans, I don't get the delusion. I watched the AFTV season rating, and I had to turn it off when I see this guy rate their season at 8. I was just like, my head was exploded. It's an 8 out of 10. It's been a great season. Blah blah blah. I'm like, geez, like where? This is why they get clowned, man. So, I mean. It's good though. It's why we get to laugh, and I'm sure Fuad is gonna go and speak to Expressions and get that Clarteta in t-shirt for next season. You've got Spurs with Clarteta in t-shirts, man.
It's nuts. The one obviously I see a lot of the fan base seem to be like, right, if they're still backing him, they're saying like, this is your last year now, this is your last chance. I expect you to do this. I expect you to do that. Like, no more chances. Like, that's what I'm hearing, right?
They will, Matisse. They will, though.
Because then people will come back at us, or say Dan, they'll say, okay, what's the solution? And who can we go and get? And obviously, you know, when the opportunities arose for other elite managers, they didn't want to make the change because the environment, because Arteta had this thing going and there was potential for fourth and all these things. So you allowed all these managers to go by the wayside because of the dream. The only person that seems to be potentially available would be probably Pochettino, but he's not going to go to Arsenal. He's already done Tottenham because Mbappe is now sporting director and he's going to start kicking people out. So all right, so if I was to say to you now, Potts, right, he's sacked today, who do you bring in to replace him? Because people want solutions.
Roberto Mancini. I'll go and get Roberto Mancini. I'd like Simeone, but I can't see him leaving Atletico Madrid. And the way that we dealt with the Thomas Partey stuff, I think he absolutely can't stand our club. So I can't see Simeone coming in and doing that. I believe Mancini is a winner. Not just with Italy, obviously Premier League proven as well. And he would come in with the experience that we need to take us forward, man. So I go for somebody like that. If you want to go down the route of, we don't want someone who's, been there, done it. You want someone up and coming. I don't want to go down that route. I'd rather have an Ancelotti, a Mancini or a Simeone who's been there and done it, because I look at the elite managers in the league and look at how many we've missed out on so far. And we go right back to 2014 when Wenger won against Hull and I said, right, get him gone. Pep's coming. Klopp's coming. No, we missed on both of them. Okay, cool. We've gone with we've gone with Emery. We've gone with Arteta. We missed out on Ancelotti. Yeah. And now we missed out on Tuchel. And we've missed out on Conte. Managers that people said, they won't come to Arsenal. They won't come to Arsenal. What? And then Conte went to Spurs. That shut everybody up again. Or maybe they would have. Maybe they would have. So if you want to go down a route of lack of experience in winning and you want someone up and coming, then go for the Pochettino or the Graham Potters of this world, because they're still better than Mikel Arteta. If Brighton can get bloody Welbeck scoring and Mopé scoring, then Graham Potter might not be a bad shout if we're going to go for somebody of that ilk. But for me, I will really accept a winner and proven mentality. So for me, if you said to me I could have one that was realistic right now, I'll go for Roberto Mancini, Matisse, I think.
And you look at Dan, like Arteta as well. You want proven elite players, like top players. Arteta don't seem to be able to handle players of that caliber. That's why he seems to like the young players, because he can tell them what to do and they'll listen, this, that, and the other.
But even the Salibas and the Guendouzi's, there was beef.
Yeah, even with them players. So any player that's could you imagine like a player that's won stuff, that's achieved more in the game than Arteta, trying to come to your club and Arteta's trying to control him? But
I think that's partly why they're going for the Ben Whites and the Ramsdales, and like they're not going for those bigger names, because I just don't think Arteta can deal with those ego clashes. Like,
no, you're right, and he ain't gonna work.
Mourinho. We spoke about Mourinho and like the way that he's had to slowly start to adapt his managerial style, because he's not really maybe used to the egos in football anymore. He was used to like the Frank Lampards and whatnot when he was at Chelsea, and now he's having to like treat players differently. Like they have to be a little bit more, comforted maybe, instead of slammed like Luke Shaw publicly. And I think Arteta, I'm not saying he's an old school manager because obviously he's new, but it just feels like when it comes down, and I give him praise for getting rid of Aubameyang because I think he had to do it, but it feels like as if he can't deal with those egos.
And the first thing he said when he signed was non-negotiables. Remember that, non-negotiable.
Yeah, but he wants to leave his imprint on the squad as well, and these players, I imagine, because you got to remember he's new into management, so he doesn't want to be seen as like, yo, these players think they can overlook me just because I'm new to management type of thing. Like, Oba can't disrespect me just because I'm like a 6 months into management or whatever. I'll get him out of here. So I feel like sometimes he's overcompensating, if that makes sense, for his kind of newness in that capacity. And I don't think the Guendouzi and Saliba are two prime examples of where they're going to slap him in the face, because you could always see they were kind of raw talents, but they just needed a bit of honing. And I do think the loan spells in actual fact help. But then to say like, nah, they're not coming back, even after he's won a Young Player of the Year, I'm trying to, brother, what?
Fuad, how many of these players have actually done badly since they've left Arsenal? How many of them? None of them.
Torreira's done well.
Martinez left straight away. He's gone to Villa. He's been class for them. Bellerin has won a bloody Spanish FA Cup equivalent, and he's awful. Maitland-Niles and Reece Nelson have got to the European Conference League final together. Saliba and Mete Guendouzi have got himself in the France squad. Aubameyang is killing it in La Liga. This washed up centre forward, all of them in the Champions League. So when I look at this and think that this Mikel Arteta has cleared out the dead wood and got rid of the culture and all this crap, they're all having a good time. They're all loving
Aubameyang
life
was
over
never
there.
washed up. I think Arteta stifled him because he's always had the same personality. He's always been the same guy, but still under Wenger and Emery, he was bagging goals, absolutely banging in them in. Yeah, it was when
Yep.
Arteta comes, his goal tally starts to decline like that previous season.
But there was a bit of unprofessionalism from Aubameyang. I think
that's what I'm saying. He's always been that guy. I think he did it.
But you see,
Dortmund.
I think because
Dortmund,
I think as well. I think because Wenger and Emery have that pedigree that they won things, they've got the CV. You know, when you go into a job and you might be struggling for the first few weeks, but you got the CV, they'll be like, he'll be fine, man. He'll get there. Do you know what I mean? He's got the experience. He's done it before. If you go into a new job and you're struggling for the first few months and you ain't got nothing on your CV, they're looking at you like, does he really know what he's doing here? And that's really what it comes down for Arteta. He's, as Fuad said, he's not in a position in his current. He doesn't even have the player pedigree. Like, let's keep it a buck. He ain't Henry at Monaco. He ain't Neville at Valencia. He ain't Lampard at Chelsea. Gerrard at Villa. This brother's Arteta. Like, let's really remember this brother. Like, what was he doing? Like, he was a good player, tidy. Him and Tim Cahill, you know what I mean? Jed Yelka and Pienaar, and it's a nice little team. never really went anywhere in the champs. Never really made the Spain team. Never really. I don't think he really ever. What did he win anything?
FA Cups with us. FA Cups with us. That's it.
But Zidane can go into Real Madrid as an inexperienced manager.
Yeah,
and
Patrick Vieira,
because fucking Zidane.
Exactly.
You know
and this is the double-edged sword where I don't understand Arsenal fans why they're so like hell bent on keeping him, because Chelsea fans probably turned, I don't want to even say turned, but accepted the situation with Lampard a lot quicker. And he's our
how though?
Player.
Like, why is the protection?
Like, he is our everything. He is like literally God to us. But we were like, nah, this ain't working. Like, I could understand you guys acting like this with Vieira, but this is what I'm saying with Arteta.
That's a great point.
Like, for me,
you've just reminded me quickly as well, because I know you want to move on, but you've just reminded me quickly about Vieira, right? I want to ask you this. Use free this actually, right? See if you agree or disagree. Who's done a better job this season for you? Patrick Vieira with relegation favourites Crystal Palace or Mikel Arteta? Everybody is telling me around the stadium yesterday that Mikel Arteta has done a much better job than Patrick Vieira, who come into the job and had 7 players, has brought recruitment unbelievable in Mark Gahey, in Conor Gallagher, in Anderson, in Elise, in Mateta. But no, he can't get as good as super as Mikel Arteta.
No, I'm not even joking with you.
It's an investigation.
After they had that window, I said basically what Patrick Vieira this season will be. It's an audition for the Arsenal job. If Arteta does not achieve his targets, Vieira will be on his shoulder saying, I'm coming. Be prepared. Because for me, that's all I think this Palace job is really and truly. It's just him waiting to kind of eventually take that. Similar like what Gerrard is doing at Villa, to be honest. He's just waiting for Klopp to leave so he can take the mantle. But for me, I think Vieira is showing himself to be very capable. And I think what you were just touching on there, Matisse, as well, he's got that prestige about him. Like Arsenal, he's one of the all-time GOATs at that club. He's one of the all-time GOATs in the Premier League. Like, he can walk in that dressing room. Midfielders would be like, yeah, I want to sign because I could be coached by that brother. He can teach me something. He can pass on experience to me. But I don't know. I think Arteta now, it'll be interesting because they've given him the new contract. They're stuck with this now. They'll have to ride it out. And I think if it gets sticky, Europa League or whatever it is, or they're way off early in the season, I think get the chopping board out quick, in my opinion. It don't matter however much it costs you. And if I'm honest, you're saying you Mancini and everything. I don't know. Mancini, Italy also just got dumped out of World Cup as well. Let's not forget that. But one thing I would say is I would definitely look at the Vieira alternative because for me, he has done a job this year.
Do you know, I can see Vieira, though, long term being a candidate for the Man City job just because of his connections with Man City and with their owners as one of them. Like, okay, we've got Pep. Pep's won everything for us. Once Pep ready,
they're going to do Enrique, I think.
Get a young project manager like
because remember he started his coaching career with New York FC as well, which is an affiliate of Man City, if I'm not mistaken. So I agree with that as well. That's a shout.
Yeah,
I think that's more likely, and the reason I'm saying that is because I don't think the Cronkies want Vieira because Vieira was a part of this Daniel Weck thing, wasn't he? like Bergkamp and Henry. I don't think that they would look at that. I already don't. I think Vieira would love it. Personally, I would probably say no. I'd have him over Arteta, but I don't want this ex-players coming back. I don't like it personally.
I'd never want a legend manager because, like you said,
bro,
see
I'm telling you now,
Chelsea fans turned on Lampard, man.
Mark Noble, you want Mark Noble in charge? Remember when Alan Shearer went to Newcastle? Like, trust. For me, I had it with Lampard, and it's not nice because
I've seen Chelsea fans start calling him Fat Frank.
Yeah, but especially when you're, and I could never disrespect him, but like that. But especially when you're in content creation as well, it's even worse because you are collaborating with other Chelsea fans, other West Ham fans, other Arsenal fans, and now people are not analyzing him the way that they used to analyze other managers. The standards are not as high. The double standards are appearing. We're making up excuses we never made up before, and it's like it's so difficult because you can see the emotional attachment through their eyes. Like you can see,
you want it to work. You want to believe it will work.
But this is happening now.
I think Chelsea fans would have given anything for Lampard to win that FA Cup against Arsenal. Desperately needed that. And I feel like there's moments and points in time that change the course of where your manager and your team is going under that tenureship. Oli had it with the Europa League final loss to Villarreal. As soon as that happened, I said, it's a wrap. For me, Arteta not making top 4, I said, listen, if he makes it, I'm going to give him his flowers. I'm going to give him his praise. That's a big moment for him. He can now kick on. Him not making that, for me, in my opinion, will be a turning point. Lampard not win that FA Cup, little bit of a turning point. Like, these moments happen. I feel like there's moments where you have to literally, it's be all, end all. You know, Ryan Mason, FA Cup, 1 game. That was it. Do you know what I mean? Everybody gets their time. Everybody gets their time, man. I'm telling you. I have to ask, actually, before we go to West Ham, who's going to win a trophy next out of us 4? And I know everybody's like, oh, we've lost 5 finals at Wembley, so don't trust me. I'm not going to, I'm involved here. Who's going to win a trophy next? Look at you. Look at you. Okay. You want to stand up, yeah? Teach the class.
Wow.
Conte way. We're coming. Hey, listen.
Now I'm gonna. Do you know what? I'm gonna say West Ham because we're in that Conference League. Like we gotta fucking win that. We're not gonna do a Spurs, man. We're not gonna Spurs that up, mate.
That Conference League's not easy though.
Listen, remember we got dumped out on a technicality, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't get that you was dominating that. You was like third or something.
Man were fumbling that
That was shocking.
Days.
You man lost to a team that was named after Lucas Moura, fam. I didn't even know who they are.
I can't even lie to you. That was Davinson Sanchez.
Some of your exits in Europe have been embarrassing. Dinamo Zagreb, and just you've lost to a lot of teams.
Champions League, baby. No more nights in Belgrade and Partizan and all of them nonsense Eastern European countries. Right? God.
It's all bad. It's all bad. I'm gonna get us to actually all rate our seasons at the end of this show. And yeah, I think we'll just stick with the ratings because I don't want to trigger pots with going into any more detail than that. Because I know if I go into any more detail, it's gonna be peak for Arteta. But I do have to ask you one more question, Pots, actually on this board as well, before we go to Lawless and West Ham. How much responsibility do the Arsenal board have to take for what's going on right now?
A lot of responsibility because the board and the owners put this guy in charge and believe that he's good enough. And Arteta points to a lot on the pitch, points to a lot with Edu for the lack of transfers. But when you're playing Granit Xhaka at left back, is that Stan Kroenke's fault? When you're not putting, a false nine, when you're playing false 9, is that Kroenke's fault? No, it's not. When you've still got Granit Xhaka and El Neni in your midfield, is that Kroenke's fault? No. So I look at the situation as Mikel Arteta. A lot of the fingers point to him. Next season, I'm not going to blame Mikel Arteta because why? He's shown me what he is. He ain't good enough. So I'm coming for the guy who employed him. Sack him because he ain't ready. And if you don't, then I'm sorry, mate, but we ain't going to be seeing much. And to answer your question earlier, I'm with Fuad. I think Spurs will win a trophy before any of us lot. I think they'll win a trophy next season because this guy's a winner. He's elite.
Banter them if they do that. We can still banter, I guess, but it's just
we can.
It ruins the whole no trophy thing. I really enjoy that. That's been the creme de la creme for quite a while. You know. Listen, I need Conte to lose to Burnley at Turf Moor again and just start getting real angry and just walk out and just leave the club on a madness just for no reason. You know
what did you make of the interview, by the way? Because a lot of people were saying that was down. That was a weird interview. Like, yeah, I've been here and I've had my time here. It was like he was saying bye. It was bizarre. Like, I know that he's probably going to stay and be backed, but I was like, why would you say everything in the past tense? Like, I've come here. I'm going to be here. I've got a project. I've got to see what's going to happen. Come on, man.
He's like waiting to see if they're gonna back him. It's like I ain't giving no insurance.
Yeah, that's what I think it was.
You know what I mean?
How long is his contract?
If Levy,
it's basically
one more year.
Yeah, it's till end of next season. And in my opinion, this is what's needed. He has shown in this period of time what he can bring to the table. If he says to them, look, I was winning titles last year. I've stooped my levels to come to the mud and play with you. If you don't want to elevate yourself out of this mud, I cannot help you. I don't blame him if he walks away, honestly.
No, I think that's
right
as well.
They can change. I can change you. But if you don't want to change yourself,
do you know what the worst thing was? This time last year, you had Jose telling you, and I know Levy looked at Jose like, brother, I think you're just a bit past it. You ain't got that same juice like you had 10 years ago. I'm not sure I want to this summer to give you that budget. That's why he did the Ryan Mason move, and also to the Super League nonsense that was going on as well. He was trying to scurry that, but I think Conte now, you have to back the man, bro. He's
got no choice. Levy's got no choice. He's got to. He's tried everything else.
You've got no more leg to stand on. If you do not back this man, please walk. We will burn that stadium down.
There will be guitars outside Tottenham Stadium immediately.
Hey,
let's go to Lawless, man, because this brother here, he be disappointed. Is there a referee to blame this week, or is it just? I had to do that for Toby, man. I'm sorry.
Moyes
was really angry at the end of the game. Like, he sounded like as if he wanted to bin half the squad. Like, he was pissed.
Who?
Moyes. He sounded like
Moyes. Yeah. Do you know what? And that's what made me laugh, because we've got so many of these positive pats here in our fan base that, like, you're not allowed to ever be negative. You're not allowed to be disappointed or upset after a loss, because what a season we've had. We had a good run and we had all these good results. Was in around the top 4. Look where we were in the past. So you're never allowed to feel disappointed. So I had so many fans getting on my case because I said it's a downer of a result. It's a way to end the season and that. So they're all giving me shit. Moyes comes out, says exactly the same fucking thing I say. Everyone shuts their mouth. It was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious, because they can't criticize Moyes either, because Moyes is the man that gave us all of this. Like, so we have some clowns in our fan base that want to force their positivity. Cool. If you're positive, if you're happy, go and be happy. But if I feel disappointed that we've chucked away another golden opportunity, let me be disappointed, because I am. Listen, Palace did the job for us, man. We asked them to deliver. They delivered, but we didn't deliver. We went 1-0 up, and you're thinking, yes, finally, we're going to beat these pricks Brighton, who we never beat. And all of a sudden, like, sloppy goal, Fabianski, shocking goalkeeping for that, and he's had overall a decent season, but I can't back that. Does he need
improving on?
What's that?
Does he need improving on as a goalkeeper?
Yeah. Areola's the man. Like, get that signed up. I'm hearing we're getting it done. He's the man to take over, because Fabianski is like 36, 37. Areola is the future. I think if he had been goal yesterday, it would have been a different story. But yeah, just stopping in the second half. Like, you would think that Brighton, like, even once we go 2-1 down, you'd think Brighton is still pressing us, still coming for us. Like, you'd think they were chasing Europa League. You would think they were behind, but we were behind. Usually, when a team goes behind, I watched a lot of football this season, they're like, shit, we got nothing to lose. Let's throw everything up front. Let's just, we got nothing to lose. We had nothing to lose. You know what I mean? We was pinned back, and they still scored a third. And that's what just pisses me off. It's so many key moments like that. I saw a video. Someone posted this video on Twitter, and it was, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it was the way the table was changed. They had all the badges, and it's like shows you week after week, and how everyone's going up and down. And so I was like, West Ham like first, then like third, set fourth, fifth, fourth, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, fourth. Like all this time we spent it in fourth, and then it goes January, and then after January, you see us go down like eighth, and then up to seventh, then back to sixth, fifth, like I think 1 week in fourth, and then down again. Like it just changes. We threw away a perfect opportunity. We ran Antonio into the ground. He scored a good goal yesterday, but
amazing goal. It was a brilliant
finish.
finish.
I mean, yes, his first ever goal outside the box for West Ham.
Oh, okay.
First ever goal.
Do you think though, Lawless?
In their box.
Do you think though that again, like us, January screwed you a bit, like not going in for someone?
Do you know what? January screwed us, but August screwed us even more. That's the thing for me, because I look at August. We knew we needed a striker then. We signed Alex Crow as our backup DM. Never ever gets played. Ever. He had like 2-3 games for us. That's it. So then we signed Vlasic, who I like. From what I see of Vlasic, I like him. Never gets a chance. He's bringing on Yarmolenko, who, let's be real, did score a couple of crucial goals for us, but he's going. He's leaving at the end of the season. And this £25 million geezer you bought, he cannot get a look in. We got youngsters there that are killing it in the under-23s. Moyes said he wants to play a red ball model, give youth a chance. They don't get a look in. So when this team are knackered at the end of the season, it's our own fault. And then January was that opportunity now to try and get someone in. And I see Moyes is thinking, okay, if we get people in just for now, we're stuck with them. But like I said before, don't think about next season afterwards. Get over the line. If we get some players in that maybe just score them couple of crucial goals that get us that Europa League trophy, who cares if they're shit and we're stuck with them next season or whatever? Let's deal with that next season because we're in Champions League and we got the freaking trophy. Yeah. But yeah, it was good. Like we had good moments, but there was too many games. That I think back to that Man United away. Yeah, that game was the difference. We hold on for a point in that game. We were in the Europa League. It's literally that difference. Like they come on now, and right at the end of the game, break us. We make a sloppy pass, give the ball away. They take it, go up and score. They get 3 points, we get 0. All we have to do is hold out for 1 point. Too many times like that.
Fine margins, man.
It's fine margin. I don't understand why I can't be disappointed. Yes, it was great. Like the Lyon result, Sevilla. Like no one expects us to beat Sevilla. We had some great results. Beating Chelsea at home, beating Liverpool at home. Great game against Man City at home. Narrowly, drew the game. Obviously, we beat Spurs when they come in without Spurs. Obviously, everyone was beating Spurs at that time. That's pre-Conte. But still, it was a good result. We had some great results, but still. We don't get it over the line and people don't understand. Yes, I've been a fan a long time. And people think because you've been supporting West Ham a long time, I should be used to it. Look what we used to deal with. No, it's taken us a long time to get here. So now we're here, get the job done because we're going to be here again. Yeah. You never know. I ain't seen an FA Cup final. Like, look at the FA Cup final. I ain't gotten over that shit. We got to the FA Cup final, narrowly lost it on pens. We ain't been to a FA Cup final since.
In this period, I said it the same thing with Leicester. Everton didn't. Well, I don't. When did Everton win that FA Cup that you guys mentioned earlier? What year was that? I don't remember them winning no FA Cup. Not recently.
Who said that?
Everton. Oh, I thought someone said about Everton winning an FA Cup or something. Before.
That was a long time ago. Because I think the last
80s.
Yeah, I won alive.
1800s.
Yeah, the sperm definitely didn't hit the egg for that one. All right, so West Ham. Leicester took advantage of that situation of being in that conversation. They won an FA Cup. They won the league. They definitely took advantage of their period. Any team that gets into this area, they've got to take something out of it. Got to take a trophy if you can. Snag one. Because when you do potentially fall back down to the mid-table, especially with West Ham, they don't seem to be happy-go-lucky spenders right now in comparison to the Newcastles and Aston Villas who are coming. They're coming. And I think this is where your frustration probably comes from. Is like, you know that this. I'm not saying that West Ham are going to fall straight back down to the relegation zone. Probably like mid-table. Do you know what I mean? But right now, you're hovering in like you've been even at times been looking at Champions League places. Europa League. Like you guys are in this nice space right now. You want to capitalize and get a trophy out of it for sure. Because I think with Moyes as well, and this happens with most managers, they have this they have this juju over the squad for a good period of time. They're successful, they're overachieving, but that doesn't last. You know what I mean? That ends at some point where just because naturally you need a new face. It happened with Pochettino at Tottenham. It happened with Rodgers at Leicester this season potentially. Like you just get bored of hearing the same stuff from the same managers, the same team talk. You just need something fresh.
I think it's the players that need freshening, man. I think it's the players because I think Antonio, I love him, but he's 34. Look at like a lot of his goals. He's good goal and return, goal and assist return this season, but a lot of that came in the first half of the season. So he just tailed off massively. Like Ben Rama, I love Ben Rama, and I think the way we've handled him, I think it's a shame he got injured because he came back into form. But after AFCON, he didn't really come back the same player, and then he was in and out of the side. But got a good goal and assist return again, first half of the season. It was only Bowen that really kept pace. But you got Creswell, he needs replacing badly. I think we need to start looking at maybe someone in a slightly improvement on Souček, and maybe Souček that can compete and maybe be that partner for, which could have been Phillips, but they didn't get relegated. You know, we need 2 strikers. Lingard needs to be done. Sign that man up straight away. A lot of players I think need replacing. New centre back for sure.
Emmanuel Dennis.
Yeah, Emmanuel Dennis, man. I'm buzzing for that. If we can sign that guy, I think he'll be very good for us.
I like him.
Get some fresh legs, pace. We ain't got any pace in this team for a team that plays on the counter in so many games. How can you have no pace? Antonio used to have pace, man. But when we're trying to break, and by the time Antonio gets near the ball, he's got like 3 defenders around him. It makes your counter attacks just worthless. So we need definitely some pace in the team. And that's what I'm worried about. This transfer window is crucial because it's now or never. Get the transfer window spot on. We'll still be up there. I don't want to go back to mid-table. Grand scheme of things, 6th and then 7th, back-to-back is consistency. We ain't had that. So it's good. But again, like you said, I'm thinking of the future. I'm not looking back and going, oh, okay, it's good. I want to still be here next season. It's been great coming on the podcast, all the different podcasts, sticking my chest out, having some good banter and that. But if I'm back, lights gone out. If I'm back mid-table, like, what can I say to Tobes? What can I say to that guy? If he's I can't be having
with Conte at the helm, not much. I'm not gonna lie. With Conte at the helm, not
but that's
much.
What I'm saying. If we're competing for that, still in and around them Champions League places, we're still getting some good results. This to me, this Conference League could be a blessing in disguise because now
we need to win it. Yeah,
we need to win it. But we should be able to go far. I'm not saying do a Spurs. Like Spurs took the piss, I think, a little bit. And the thing is, we have, and I'm saying this without a shred of banter. This is serious, God's honest truth. Our academy is miles better than Spurs's, without a doubt, right? And listen, we narrowly missed out on the league in the under-23s this season. We got a good academy, so we should be able to play a good amount of youngsters, sprinkled in with some senior players, and get quite far in that competition. Then start when we face the serious people. I don't want to see like the same 11 in every competition again. No, we can't be doing that. We need depth. We need to improve.
Would you have taken this season, Lawless, at the start? Would you have taken semi-finals, Europa League, and a conference finish?
Yeah, because I would obviously it's great. Our first time properly in Europa League. We've got to the qualifiers. I got knocked out by Astra Gugu twice in a row. But proper in it, we got to the semi-final. That's great. It was the manner of how we went out with Creswell's stupidity is what pissed me off. But Frankfurt beat Barcelona, and Frankfurt went on to win it. No shame. We lost to the winners of the Europa League. So that's all fine and dandy. It was the manner of it. So, yeah, I would have taken it. But, again, like with Arsenal, the context changes. Like you say, what would you took at the start of the season? Oh, okay, 7th good cup run. Do you know what? That's there. But when it's in your grasp like that, like it was, we were.
You man could have been in the Champions League next season with a trophy.
But that's it. But that's what I mean. Then we get a second chance. To me, I said, look, when I was doing the watch along, I said, cool. Do you know what? If we get back into Europa League, we get to go again next season. It takes the sting off. Do you know what? That's a nice end to the thing. And we were 6th yesterday. For a moment in time, we were 6th. And we let it slip. Man United, I knew they were never winning that game. I knew it
as well. Yeah.
It was so clear to see. and we were winning, and just like nothing, poor goals to concede. We let it. So it can't be anything but sour for me as an end to the season. But like I said, I can't. That's just the context of it. Like, yeah, a lot of the players can hold their heads up. Moyes can hold his head up, but they still have to take some responsibility and look at themselves in the mirror and say, we can't do that again. We have to show some bottle, man. So frustrating. I said I can talk about this. I could all day. I'm so annoyed. But again, West Ham
that's why we have these weekly therapy sessions.
It's therapy, man.
I feel like we all need it. It's only through it smiling.
But like you lot, like this is what I'm saying. I can talk to you lot, yeah. And you know what I mean? You guys get it. You guys are sensible, that you can understand it. A lot of these West Ham fans I talk to have their head in the clouds, and they're so sensitive at anything critical because we're doing so well. And that's just what absolutely just pisses me off.
Don't support my team then, bro.
Yeah, it's like
Lawless, I'll tell you now, as a Spurs fan who's been where you are and has now traveled to the echelons,
elevated myself to better
your fan base is gonna go through that struggle of there's gonna be a lot of those that are like, hey man, we're here, what a good time. Listen, man, we've never been here before. Well, it's a good season. And then there's ones like you and me who are a bit like, all right, we're here now. What's next? Well, we've achieved this level. We've shown we can do this. If we push a little bit more, can we compete? You're just asking questions.
I think you just want to take
won't
something
even want to hear that.
Of this. People if you don't win a trophy, the game is about glory, right? If you don't win a trophy, you don't take a moment out of all of this. Like you can obviously take the win in Sevilla and all these things, but trophy, man, that's what you want.
Yeah,
trophy.
I'm desperate. I am so desperate to see that happen. Yeah, but for me, it's not like I'm not calling for Moyes to be sacked. Yeah, I'm not like grilling all these players. I'm saying, yeah, there's positions we need to improve. This player needs to be a squad player next season. Antonio, should be on the bench, but that's natural. You improve positions. All I'm asking for, bare minimum, I just want to be competing in these areas every season. I'm not expecting Champions League all of a sudden. I'm not expecting trophies. Just stay here. And my worry is the way we're going, we're going to be back mid-table, which is a disaster. We cannot go backwards. At least maintain. And that's the thing. I'm fine, cool. We miss out narrowly on sixth and that. But it's about what we do next. And the way we went about our business in the last two windows makes me worried. So prove me wrong. But it's okay for fans to be disappointed. It's okay for fans to be scared. Listen, I'm just a stressful, anxious person. You ever watch my watch-alongs? Literally, a ball comes anywhere near the goal, my heart's in my mouth, I'm screaming my head off, yeah? And then you look afterwards and the ball's gone like 20 meters wide. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, that's just me. That's some fans are super chill. Like, that's cool, man. But just don't start giving me shit and going, oh, you've been hanging out with the Arsenal lot too much and you're saying things for views and clicks. Like, you know what I mean? Do me a favor. Lot. Like, yeah, that's what I get. You've been hanging out with the Arsenal lot too much. You're saying things for views and clicks. It's like, mate, I just literally tweeted my opinion. You don't have to view it. You don't have to click it. I'm just venting. I'm just getting shit off my
That's why you went wrong by even tweeting in the first place. You can't tweet.
People said to me, they're pulling up old, and this is even people on my channel, yeah, Nikki, coming out trying to grill me because I said I never want to see Creswell play for West Ham again. When I said I don't want to see him play again this season, 3 fucking games, I said he should be dropped for. People are losing their minds and saying that I'm talking bullshit.
The alternative is shocking, though, to be fair, though, isn't it? Masuaku.
But put Ben Johnson there. Moyes took off Soufal, who was our best player yesterday, kept Creswell on and put Ben Johnson in Soufal's place. Put Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson was when in Frankfurt, in the Frankfurt game, when Creswell got sent off, he brought on Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson was brilliant. Flipping Creswell was suspended for the Lyon game where we smashed them 3-0 in their ground. Ben Johnson was brilliant. I don't understand our fans, but that's why I can come on here. I can get on. I'm not going to hear no.
You get off your chest. The only people in the comments is
people have been on my case, man.
We've got high standards in our comment section. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. The West Ham. I know there's some of the West Ham fans that do comment on there. They're sensible West Ham fans, like who watch this. But I don't mind people disagree with me. Yeah, all of you like that's fine. Let's talk about it. But don't get in your feelings and all sensitive and shit just because I'm, criticizing a performance. Do you know what I mean? We could be flipping like, fourth, in the league, but we have like a really shit performance. I'm going to say it's a shit performance. That's fine. I'm not saying the team shit, get them all out, get the manager out. I'm just looking at the game and saying, yeah, that was a shit performance. That's allowed.
Yeah.
Man City are have been top of the league. When they play shit, I'm sure they go, do you know what? We played shit.
Yeah.
It's fine. Relax.
I think sometimes fans have lower standards and expectations for the team than they have for themselves, but that's just how it goes, isn't it?
Defensive and sensitive. Don't criticize. Don't say anything negative. No, it's fine. Like if I want to analyze and review a game in isolation, that's what you're doing. You're just saying today was not good.
Yeah,
improve 100%. Next week. Point out the weaknesses. This player wasn't good today. He needs to improve. We didn't do this right. The subs were poor. It's fine to say that. You're not saying season shit, manager shit, all the players are shit. No, you're just critiquing. I'm sure Fuad, when you was flying with flipping Pochettino and everything was all gravy, you had games where you was shit and you said, you know what? We were shit. That was a shit performance.
When things are going well, people don't want to hear criticism. They always feel like you're the negative Nelly, or I don't know, you're just trying to say shit for hot takes. But it's like, listen, man, I always say if someone can give you valid reasons as to why they're giving whatever hot take, brother.
Yeah. How can
up your opinions, man? That's all you got to do.
How can an analysis of a game be a hot take? How can analyzing one game and reviewing, well, here's what went wrong. Here's why we lost today. This wasn't good. This needs improving. Like, how can that be a hot take? Yeah, if you're saying the whole season shit when you're like in the top 4 and you're, you know what I mean? Then yeah, maybe. But if just saying one performance, do you know what? Today wasn't good. This player was our worst player today. He needs to improve. That's just analyzing a game. Yeah, that's what we do.
That's what you're meant to do. Yeah, otherwise, what is the point? Maybe they want one word answers. You should next video just go over a 5-second clip. We were good.
I just got to say, every time we did the Brighton game, we was amazing. Oh my god, how we missed out on 6. That would have been mates, Conference League. I'm so glad we got that instead. Great performance from the lads. Honestly, unbelievable. Like that's what they want. How am I supposed to say that?
Give it to them then.
Yeah. Creswell in the Frankfurt game. What a tackle that was. The way he pulled that shirt and it's the last man that got sent off. Well done, Creswell. Bullshit. Like, just let me analyze the fucking game.
Let Dan rant. That's the end of the message.
I just want to vent. No, like,
and you don't even have to specify what Dan. That's the beauty of it.
Need to vent sometimes. You're just pissed off.
Oh, bro, I did it on Twitch the other day. I literally.
It makes you feel better, doesn't it?
It does. There was no real discussion to be had of Tammy versus Timo's first years, but I made the discussion anyway, and I put out the statistics of Tammy having 15 goals in his first season and Timo Werner having 10 goals in 2 Premier League seasons, and I had a lot of questions. I had a lot of things to say about that because that was wild when I seen that.
See me, yeah. I'm a venter. Like the game after the game goes, I have a shit performance. I'm pissed. I get everything out that I'm pissed about. Oh my god, and all my concerns and worries, yeah. And I put it out, and then it makes me feel better. And I come back a little bit, and then I can look at things on balance and going right, okay, boom. But sometimes I need to vent just to make myself feel better. Get it all out there, and then breathe, and then go right. That's what I did yesterday. I got all the shit out, and then I said, all right, grand scheme of things, 6th, then 7th is consistency we've been wanting, but we got to improve. But let me fucking vent. That's what I'm saying. It's therapy for me. That's why I appreciate this show, man. It's therapy.
100%. And I look forward to next week where the therapy continues because...
man, that's not therapy. That's torture.
Fuad has been very nice.
That's going to be messy. Nice. I'm going to get my popcorn for that one.
Fuad is very nice. Do you know what I'm saying? He's very nice. It's except when he's in Arsenal headquarters in the studio. And
that's behind enemy lines. We got to be on full alert.
Yes, 100%. I still need to see Cecil. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get to that. One day I'll see him in the studio. I'll go up there even if I'm not filming that day just to see these guys. Do you know what I mean? No, you're not running nowhere. I'll happily catch the Victoria.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to wrap up. It's been a great show. Dan Potts, bro. Let them know where to find you. Again, plug the new channel. Let's get it to 1K, man.
Thank you, boy. It's been a pleasure. Good to come on with Fuad as well, man. Get a bit of a difference of opinion from Tobes, who, you know, let's be honest, Fuad is just chilled, man. He's cool. Tobes goes for it, man. No, I'm joking. I love Tobes, really. Listen, you can come follow me at DanArsenal87 on Instagram and Twitter on all socials. If you do want to hit a sub on Lee Judges TV, it'd be great. Myself and Lee are always over there. And of course, my new channel, which starts in a few weeks' time, Football's 12th Man. If you can come over and hit a sub, that'd be amazing. You'll get to see a lot of us on there. And next season, we're going to be bringing it to you. So I'm looking forward to it. But I need a break. So I need a few weeks away from talking Arsenal, man, because it's been a heavy one again, man. But listen, maybe we'll be playing Champions League next season if Chelsea can't sort their shit out and we get given the place instead of them. Let's see what happens. One can hope. One can hope.
Listen, they're gonna make it. They're gonna make it 5 places soon. So maybe you'll be in luck. But by then,
yeah, we might be all right then.
Newcastle might have turned up by then, so maybe not. Lawless, bro. Let them know where to find you. Pleasure as always.
Yeah, man. Absolute pleasure as always to be on the show. Fuad, appreciate you, mate, my friend. Good to see you again. It's been a nice break from Toast today. I needed that. I needed to
Look at him celebrating. I'm telling you, when he comes back and when he reviews the tape, he's coming for you.
He's not running.
I could get on this show, yeah, and get everything out without him going, I told you this and I told you that, and you pussy, and all of this, what he was saying, yeah.
Hold that!
Hold that! Like, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it was nice, yeah, you know, so it was a great show, and yeah, at the Lawless on Twitter, if you want to come and see my crazy mentions lately, and yeah, West Ham Fan TV. Everything else. I'm going to be trying to clip up all the highlights from our watch-alongs this season, which have been crazy, highs and lows, and try and put them up. So look out for that soon.
There you go. And Fuad, bro, absolute pleasure. Much appreciate you stepping in for Tobes. And like I said, we loved our show yesterday, man. It was quality.
Oh, bro, 100%.
We need to make that permanent.
Nah, 100%.
Let them know where to find you.
It's always a good vibe, especially. I think I've done content with each and every one of you, man, separately as well. So it's good to actually come and link up all at once. And hey, listen, find me. I think, what is it? I don't even know my handle. Fuad Kadani on all platforms, actually.
You
know what? I've had a long day at work.
Pack too strong. Yeah.
Hey, let me not speak too much, but it's been a fucking good week, man. Honestly, it's been a good weekend, good show as well. I can't complain, man. Life is good right now.
Yeah, I bet it is. Listen, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to all the boys, man. This show don't happen without them. Got ourselves a lovely panel today. And obviously, I'm back in my old set. Do you know what I mean? The shirt's up. Sister's there, eyeballing me there. Got the new kits, all the kits from 1905 all the way to 09 up there. Do you know what I mean? So we in the new set just for maybe a month or two. And yeah, hopefully you guys are happy with the little shirt changes. We're going to keep it interesting. But yeah, we're back with the content. May even do double uploads. You never know. I might go insane. I'm looking forward to talking. Unlike Potts, actually, I'm looking forward to actually talk now because I've been kind of avoiding Chelsea's situation for quite a while. You heard me in denial many times. We're not even in the top 4 race. The ownership thing will be fine. I'm so excited to talk about transfers that aren't even going to happen. Trust. You have no idea how much I am excited. You cannot believe how excited I am. So yeah, listen, until next time, people, in a bit. Peace.